the PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Headshot TV. We now interrupt your regular scheduled programming for the following sports special. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College, this is Inside PCSRA presented by Golden Corral. Now, with the goal of today's show, here's the voice of the PCSRA, Daniel Voiles.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Canada and Sunshine edition of Inside PCSRA. It's almost like Inside Winston Cup. Daniel Voiles here in our amazing PCSRA studios, ready to talk some PCSRA racing because, hello, it's been 5 years since we've been last out on track, and it's going to be good. Think about this for a second. This is going to be our 9th season of PCSRA. Can you believe that? Most of them are going to be hitting 300 starts before you even know it. How about that? And with Reese's having the most rookies in series history, it's really going to be crazy. Here to help me out with this amazing show, our amazing expert panelists right now. We want to welcome to the program Nathan Orman, driver of the number 24 Anaheim Ducks Chevrolet for Nathan Orman Motorsports. Zachary Taylor, driver of the number 85 Indianapolis Colts Ford Mustang for Zachary Taylor Motorsports. Welcome, guys. Yes. That's how I'm going to start off every show for reference. Just letting you all know. And also we'll have Cody Smart, driver of the number 95 Thurman Financial Ford out of Smart Motorsports. So, yeah. Thank you guys for joining me for this first episode of the Inside PCSRA. So, let's talk about this. You know, 8 seasons we've seen PCSRA. Of course, we had one on YouTube, which I lost all the data, but with this being, you know, the first season since 2016, that was the last time these drivers were on track. And Taylor needs to go smack David in the YouTube chat in a minute. I think we're going to see here for season 9 of PCSRA. I'll start with Orange. All right, Zachary Taylor, what about you? Taylor, I'm proud of you. Yes, but continue. Yeah, funny thing is, Taylor and Orman are lucky they're in the Foster Series, otherwise, or especially Taylor, because had Taylor stayed in Reese's Pro, he would be trying to have to either qualify or race his way in on time for the duel. So, at least Taylor can be thankful he's in Foster's and not in Reese's, or he would have been in big trouble going into Daytona. Not taking sides, okay? I'm not taking sides and saying that's a roast. I'm just saying that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, and thanks to Vanellope von Schweet, you know, who ran that ride last season so far. I mean, that's pretty amazing if you ask me. So. I don't think anybody has to worry about racing your way in, if you know what I mean. I think for some people, it's trying to get a good feel for the Daytona 500 because, you know, we got, you know, the Rookie Bash, you got the Advanced Auto Parts Clash, and Ormy smacks David in the chat. And David accepted his own roast because I said something in the middle of that. But anyway, getting back to the topic in hand, you know, with 40 rookies, which by the way is the second most rookies we've had. Of course, last season, in 2016, we had the biggest rookie class in series history. So with 40 rookies this season, Zachary Taylor, does that make it really interesting how Rookie of the Year is going to play out, knowing that we have 40 rookies versus where the previous season we had a lot more, if you know what I mean? All right, what about you, Nathan Orman? Yeah, and also you're running in the Foster series as well, so it's like a combination. Now, you mentioned about inexperience, Taylor, which brings up my next topic. You know, with 40 rookies, you know, being at Daytona, you know, the butterflies in your stomach, first time you ever raced at Daytona. Of course, I think you either failed to qualify. Hi, Sean. Either you failed to qualify or you had to race your way in on as far as the points are concerned, Taylor. So my question to you, as you're entering your second year in PCSRA as a driver, what did you learn from last year that you can apply to this year for your team, since your team has already expanded across all four divisions of the PCSRA? I know you ran a limited schedule last season because you ran the Johnny Benson sponsor Toyota. I think it was the Zertec or something like that Toyota, but you're now into a Ford, so. And I mentioned about, you know, you're switching manufacturers, going from Toyota, which you ran last season, to Ford. You know, what kind of confidence are you going to have knowing you're going from Toyota, who has kind of had their struggles in the PCSRA, to Ford, who, let's be honest, Ford was kind of had a little bit of a struggle last season, but as we got towards midpoint of the season, they got better. Do you think Ford will probably have that advantage, knowing that it's not how you start, it's how you finish? Now, the question to you, Nathan Orman, because last season when Travis and I did the PCSRA, we had Chevrolet win all but one race in the early part of the season, and then Chevrolet tapered off. towards towards the end of the season. Do you think we could see any of the manufacturers in races start off like that and taper off, or do you think they need to continue to build more confidence throughout the entire season? Because this season it's 50 races, and you can make a mistake 1, 2, 3 races, but you can't make a mistake in like 10 or 12 races where it's very important to get yourself into the playoffs. Yep. By the way, we welcome Cody Smart, driver of the Thrivent Financial Ford Mustang for Smart Motorsports. So a question for you, Cody. You came in late towards the end of last season. I mean, you showed some very good speed. You got that win at Chicagoland that locked yourself into the All-Star race. So my question to you, as you entered for your first full season, what did you learn from last season, from the races you ran, and what can you do to apply them in the Foster Series for 2021? 2016. Yeah. God bless you. I think it was Lime Rock because if for those of you that don't remember, especially that Division 1 race, I know Orman doesn't remember this, where we thought Vanellope von Schweetz was going to win, engine blew, and gave, I think it was Lily Gordon, I think it was at the time, who drove the 54, to victory lane and crushed Schweetz. I bet Schweetz was gut-wrenched after that, but, yeah, but continue on. Yeah, I think you survived that race, I think, if I remember off the top of my head. Yeah. Oh, remember, let's not remember the one race at Lime Rock where we did a test race where somebody went the entire race without pitting for fuel, and I said the word bruh. Yeah, it happened once. It was, if I think off the top of my head, I think Stephanie Gardner Stephanie Gardner who pulled off that strategy, and I'm like, are you serious? I don't know how you can go a full race without having to make a pit stop. It's not a darts racing, for God's sake. Yeah. That's nuts. Especially a point-paying race, so. Alright, so let's discuss, since we're right now in the top story news, let's talk about, manufacturers, since we brought this up at the, top of the show. We have a lot of manufacturers that are back for 2021. And let me just read you off. You mentioned Chevrolet. They have the SS still. They still have the Chevy SS, which I'm shocked they still have that, if you know what I mean, because Kevin Joseph Motorsports has the SS. Here's the interesting part. Only Lisa Gonzalez out of that team for Kevin Joseph Motorsports from Des Moines, Iowa. The only driver that went to victory lane. In fact, the only driver that won the All-Star race and Division 1 of the 600. How shocking was that? So, Um, you know, you got that. You also got the Camaro team. Luke Cage, who signed as a free agent to join Chevy Camaro Motorsports. Hi, Elijah. Um, you got Marco Diaz, a former Buffalo Wild Wings Series champion, Ann Maria, Luke Cage, as I mentioned, the 33. Trying to think who else is a Chevy Camaro. Ann Maria, Marco Diaz. I think that's probably it as far as that's concerned. I think Chevrolet looks like a interesting group. You got Camaros, you got SSs, and then you got in Ben Tennyson's case, the Chevy Impala. So you have three different kinds of brand of Chevrolet under that what's the word I'm looking for here? Not a roast. Under that umbrella, that's what I'm thinking of. So, what do you guys think we're going to see between the Chevy SS, the Chevy Camaro, and in Ben Tennyson's case, the Chevy Impala? Do you think, and also because Chevy Impala has two drivers, what do you guys think we're going to see out of the Chevrolet from the SSs, the Camaros, and the Impalas this season? I'll start with Nathan Orman. All right. Zachary Taylor, what about you? All right. What about you, Cody? Knowing with the SSs, the Camaros, and the Impalas, how do you think they're going to do this season? Yeah, definitely, and that's going to be something, having three different types of car brands for Chevrolet. It's really going to make things, a lot interesting if you know what I mean. And by the way, Cody, you need to go smack David for me. He roasted you in the YouTube chat, said Cody's running on Vermont campus, not clothed. Yeah, Cody's home for the holidays. He doesn't go back to campus until what, Monday? Wait, excuse me?
Yeah, we don't go back till February.
Oh, damn, you're on USC's time schedule. Holy cow, dude. You just stole USC's deal. Damn, bro. Yeah, at least he's gonna be glad he's gonna be sleeping in his own good bed. Just give me a compliment. All right, so let's go ahead and discuss Ford. Of course, Taylor and Cody, you're driving two different brands of Fords. Taylor, you're still running the Ford Fusion. Cody Smart's still running the Ford Mustang. And a funny stat that jumped out at me is that last season, the last full season we did, Ford Mustang for World NOS Racing, as David got a December holiday point, Ford Mustang had all but one car go to victory lane last season, the last full season we did. All but one Mustang went to victory lane. That one Mustang being Luke Knight. All the other Mustangs went to victory lane. Like Ben Erickson winning at Indianapolis, Chloe Erickson winning in a controversy Division I race at Iowa. You know, and the question for you, Taylor and Cody, I'll start with Taylor first, then Cody. What do you think we're going to see with the Ford camp this season? Especially, you know, with Ford Fusion and Ford Mustang. By the way, we're going to need to go smack David because he ejected all of us for excessive celebration. Alright, what about you, Cody? Since you're driving the Ford Mustang, which is different to Taylor. Mm-hmm. When I have to slurp, slurp, slurp on pudding, oh boy. Yes, continue. Alright. Was that all you're gonna say, Cody, or? Okay. I didn't know if you were done, because I got distracted by David saying that, if you know what I mean, so. You know, Taylor, you mentioned about Toyota, which brings, by the way, our next topic about Toyota. You know, you got Annie Thomas, 2015 champion in the Toyota, with, of course, her countryman, Betty Johnson. You got the only Greece driver in the field, Martha Constantina, who did very well. You know, I mean, there's not a whole lot of Toyotas in the field, but what do you think they have to do going into this season, knowing that they're probably outnumbered other than other manufacturers who only have one or two? What do you think their goal is for 2021, Taylor? Anyway, continue, Taylor. Alright. Nathan Orman, what about you as far as the Toyota camp is concerned? Mm-hmm.
and the teams are in points.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Out of the, I think there's like 3 Toyota drivers, I think, in the field for PCSRA. Got Annie Thomas, Betty Johnson. Yep, yep, I'm correct. It is 3 Toyotas. That is co-president abuse for David, by the way. I think that's how you want me to say it. Yeah. I mean, you mentioned this. Annie Thomas and Betty Johnson have pretty much the longest losing drought on that team. So, hopefully, you know, they can get something going and try to turn something around. What about you? Wait, did you already talk about Toyota, Orman? Okay. What about you, Cody, about Toyota with, you know, just only 3 drivers, you know, Thomas, Johnson, and Constantina, ironically, on the same team?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about the Joe Gibbs racing situation over here. How dang. I mean, let's compare Toyota to, let's say, Mitsubishi or any other one-car manufacturers we have out there. I mean, what do we have anyway?
We have a lot.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to think on top of my head what other manufacturers are as rare than Toyota. I think was Mitsubishi coming back or not?
Mitsubishi's like, there's like 4 drivers with Mitsubishi. Ironically, all 4 of them are on the same team.
Yeah, and I know Einstein Racing is gonna close down sometime soon or something like that.
Been some rumors, or they've been talking with other manufacturers.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Mitsubishi, BMW, I believe, Audi. I heard there was a Hyundai out there.
I think Audi said they were going to be staying for a long time. Now, even though they're gone in DTM, that's not going to affect them as far as PCSRA is concerned.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the manufacturers I'm super sure have enjoyed the touring car championship is Audi. But about Toyota, I mean, they have their own unique situation there. Like, yeah, they're not shutting down, unlike Mitsubishi, and they are going to be more frequent on the track than those like Audi and BMW and other manufacturers out there. So
Yeah.
they seem to say that they're going to end up working harder than all the other manufacturers out there. They're going to focus on one car, one product, improve that said product, and then get on the track. These guys over here need to work 3 times as hard if they don't get any more employees out there. And that could be another issue. Research and development. Luckily, Toyota has a pretty serious program called Toyota Racing Development. I'm pretty sure they'll be supporting them a lot. And when I mean by a lot, I mean by seriously a lot. So, I do expect Toyota to win at least a few races this season. I mean, they are pretty demanding as a manufacturer with expectations on the line. So, it is within my expectations that all of them will win at least 2 races. And that I'm a little bold on this one, even though there's races out there.
Yeah, I think Toyota is going to have their hands full because, you know, and the other thing is you have the 30 team that's on the new Toyota Camry, whereas Thomas and Johnson for World Novice Racing, which all 3 of them are on World Novice Racing, they're running still the 2015 Camry. So we're going to have to see how that goes. And, you know, there's been some discussions that Supra is going to be then those 3 drivers might have to consider for next season. But we'll just have to wait and see. You mentioned about Audi, Cody, which brings my next topic. I want to ask you guys this question because we've seen Audi come so close to getting a victory last season, the last full season we did. Do you think in their second season in PCSRA, do you think they're finally going to get a victory? This is the question for all of you. Whoever wants to go first. Anyone.
I think Ali's doing good. I think Ali's gonna do decent this season. Pick up a couple good finishes, and I'm not gonna expect them to see them winning races.
All right, Zachary Taylor. All right, and what about you, Mr. Cody, for Audi? Since you were mentioning about Audi in the last question.
Yeah, you were mentioning about Audi starting to develop, and I want to ask, when was the last time Audi did win? I think they won.
Audi has never won in the Audi has never won in PCSRA since they joined the PCSRA. Here's the manufacturers that won last season that made their debut. Mitsubishi Lancer, Mercedes, which was won by yours truly, BMW with Christopher Pierce at Chicagoland. In fact, Mitsubishi Lancer won both races with Travis Crampton, which he ended up making the playoffs that season. Let me see. Lincoln, of course, making their debut in the PCSRA. Holden's making their debut. Subaru's making their first full season because they did pretty good last season at Homestead, you know, but got involved in a wreck with Jordan Scar in Division 1, really ruined their race. Hyundai is also making their debut with Schweetz, so it's going to be interesting to see how that happens. So, but like I said, Audi has never gone to victory lane ever since they made their debut with PCSRA. So think about that. Never won a race. That's what stats person over here just told me. Yeah, it is really shocking because, you know, Audi's really got a good team. I mean, you know, you got RPM Motorsports, which is Alex Hawkins' team, you know, running the Audis, and of course you've got Miss Chloe Bumgarner, the only Swiss driver in the field, also running the Audi. So it's like those five are going to have to like work together as a team. Audi RS 8. Hopefully they can do well, if you know what I mean. I really do hope so. So, of course, we've been discussing the drivers' new rides, of course, you know, and all that. Let's talk about the 2021 calendar, since, you know, yeah, I think it's on the PCSRA and yeah, what I have it on, So, here's the calendar for the Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's, and Reese's. If you don't know the color deal, Truck Series will be in red, Buffalo Wild Wings in yellow, Foster's in blue, Reese's, I think it's like brown or chocolate, but you get my point, because it is chocolate, so. We all start the season at Daytona, as scheduled, because we were supposed to go to Pensacola, but plans changed since. Then it's just Reese's Pro Series at the Netherlands. In fact, here's the funny catch. The next 4 races will be only Reese's Pro after Daytona. where they go to the Netherlands, the road course, which will be on an airport circuit. Germany, which I am being told it's supposed to be at the Euro Speedway in Laos. France, that'll be at Circuit de Paris, that oval that I raced in Neuro, which is a lot of fun. And then tracks that we ran also last season, Hillside, which Hillside, let me remind you, Hillside reminds you of, let's say, Dover and Toronto, as far as that's concerned. So, looking forward to that. So, wait, what? Well, I changed it to Hillside because I've done some testing with Travis on Yas Marina, and the racing's really not that good. Same with the next track I'm going to discuss. Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Fosters will all be at Atlanta. Reese's will stay at will be in North Carolina. They'll be at Rockingham, North Carolina, which replaces Bahrain, because I know Bahrain wasn't a really good race, because I saw a NASCAR race at Bahrain. It was not that good. I'm sorry? Yeah, so Vegas for Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Fosters. Reese's off. Phoenix for Buffalo Wild Wings, Fosters. Auto Club for all 4 series. Then this is where the schedule gets a little flippy-floop. Buffalo Wild Wings, Fosters are in Utah, Provo, the new road course that Sign-On made. That's the first of the new tracks Sign-On made. Reese's is at Phoenix. Yeah, find that funny. And then it's only Reese's Pro for Las Vegas. Then it's just going to be Foster's at Pocono, that tricky triangle where you're shifting a lot and it really could do some damage to the gearboxes. Saw a good race in the one NR race, or one NR series that saw some good racing, but should be fun for the Foster Series first trip to the tricky triangle. Reese's, by the way, have a long off week. Long hiatus. Richmond for all 3 series. Trucks, Buffalo Wings, Fosters. Martinsville, which was a lot of fun last season. I really like Martinsville. You know, beating and banging. Fender, you know, short track racing, short track tempers. Which, by the way, it's back-to-back short tracks, I would like to remind you. Actually, I added the truck series. Yeah, Martinsville for all 3 series, because I love Martinsville. No, actually, it's still 23. 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, 22, 20. Oh, yeah, it is 24. You might be... Hey, it matches your card number, Orman. But anyway, you get the point. And then, only Foster's at the Sonoma track, which last time we ran Sonoma was 2015. One of Jackie Tain's drivers went to Victory Lane by the name, I think it was Rachel Wynn, it was, that got herself in the playoffs. Just got eliminated in the 3rd round. Almost made it to the Final 4 to compete for the championship for Bathurst. Then all 3 series will be at Homestead, which will be interesting. Don't we all love Homestead? Should be fun. And then here's the fun part. We're going from Homestead to our, I believe it's our first visit, well, for PCSRA, it's the first of 2 trips, because Reese's will go to Argentina. Argentina at the Autodromo Nestor Nunez, which is, wait, what? No, Golden State got moved to later in the season. Argentina is for, yeah, it's the Autodromo Nestor Nunez. Let me tell you something. Can I continue? Argentina is going to be which is that huge big oval sign-on made, it will be the longest restart zone we go to on the calendar, period. The longest restart zone, period. Where one of the cones is near the start-finish line, that's like the end of the restart box. The beginning of the restart box is like, if I take an estimate guess of like 200, 300 yards. Yeah, the longest restart zone. Are you shocked, Taylor, that is the longest restart zone we go to on the calendar, or what? Because I'll send you guys a photo. Actually, let me send you guys a photo, because I'll send you guys a photo, not a roast. So you know what I'm talking about. If you guys want to look at the Inside PCSRA general chat, you'll see what I'm talking about with the restart box. Because it is the longest restart zone we go to on this calendar. Here, I'm gonna put Inside PCSRA photos. I'll just make a new chat. It's fine. Okay. Alright. So, here's the map. This is the map of Argentina, if you're watching this. Way over in the distance right there is the start of the restart box. Look how far the second cone is. Dude, this is longer than Bristol. It reminds you like Martinsville.
Where is it at?
Argentina, just outside the capital city of Buenos Aires.
Oh, never mind. Inside PCSRA photos. Yeah, okay. Longest and west. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. It is the longest restart box we go to on the calendar. It's crazy.
It's like you can go freaking...
You could go whatever in the middle of that restart box. Yeah. Now, before anybody gets mad at me about Argentina... Okay, yeah. But as I was saying, before any of you guys get mad at me on if there is going to be a caution or not for Argentina, let me remind you the AI is so aggressive at Argentina. Because I watched how the Master Cup Series race in 2014, and they behave so differently. So, yeah, before anybody gets mad at me, the AI is super aggressive at Argentina. I just want to remind you all. That's something I want to remind you all. Then we all go to Talladega, typical Talladega, which, by the way, will be a special morning race for all 4 races. Yeah, for Talladega. Then we go to the Reese's Pro Series only. We'll go to the Lady in Black Darlington, first of 2 visits to Darlington. So that will be fun. Then, I believe after Darlington, will be All-Star Race Weekend. Or actually, will be Autodrome Chaudière in that gap, so I'll put Chaudière in there. But Chaudière will not count for points. Let me remind you all that. Yep, Charlotte, and also Gateway for the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Then we go to Iowa for Buffalo Wild Wings, because Foster's and Trucks are off. And then Reese's go to Watkins Glen. Not sure which Watkins Glen I'll use. I might use the inner loop. I'm going to use the NASCAR version of Watkins Glen, not the boot section, if you know what I mean. Chicagoland for all 4. For Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's, Reese's. Then Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's, and Reese's go to Kansas. Then we go to Arizona for Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's. Reese's, I have Iowa, but it may not be Iowa Speedway. We might be going to Knoxville Raceway. Because it's Iowa, because I didn't say which Iowa track we're going to use. We're probably going to go Knoxville. just to make things a lot more exciting, just to preview the truck race, what it will be like next year. Then Foster's go back to Pocono. Reese's will be in Utah at the road course. That road course track. Wait, what'd you do, Orman? It's Arizona Speedway. Yes. If you don't see the word Phoenix, and I say Arizona, I'm referring to Arizona Speedway. Which, by the way, here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing, Orman. Arizona Speedway is identical to Kansas. So, if you're the Buffalo Wild Wings and Fosters, that makes it a little easier for you. So, yeah, this is a very good schedule, by the way. Now back to what I was saying. Utah, the road course for Reese's, Foster's at Pocono. Then here's the fun part. Daytona. We go back to Daytona for trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's. Reese's Pro goes to Pikes Peak. It will mark the first time PCSRA has gone to Colorado. Yep. Yep. First time PCSRA is going to Colorado. Oh, God. Oh, Lordy. Anyway, getting back on topic here. Then we go to Mexico. Now, if you're asking me which Mexico track, we're probably going to use the one in Jerez for Foster's. And then, of course, Arizona Speedway for Reese's, which I believe either it's... And then... I don't know if I should have All-Star Race Weekend... Let's try it again. I don't know if All-Star Race Weekend would be before or after, because all 4 series have an off week. Who you get interrupted by? Let me guess, your brother? Hi, I'm Adam, and I am Ormy's little brother. I was actually talking about the All-Star Race Weekend, because I don't know where I'm going to put that at. So, Watkins Glen for Buffalo Wild Wings Foster's. Reese's Pro. Here's a little stat you need to hear. For the first time since 2015, we're going back to the Bayou, boys. NOLA, also known as New Orleans Motorsports Park, which Betty Johnson is the defending winner of the event. And then after that, it's All-Star Race Weekend. We'll have all Fosters and Reese's Pro. We'll be at Charlotte for All-Star Race Weekend. Then we get to the fun part, the chase towards the chase. Buffalo Wild Wings Fosters will be at Kentucky. Reese's off. Then we go to tracks that used to be on the calendar for the Reese's Pro. Lowell Super Speedway, which if I remember off the top of my head, I think it was 2012 or 2011, the last time we've been to Lowell, and I can't remember who won that event. I want to say it was a female driver, but I might be incorrect. Well, it's been a long time, Cody. If I remember off the top of my head, I think it was a female driver that won Lowell, but I can't remember who. But anyway, Nashville, which by the way, we're going to run the short track Nashville, not the Nashville Super Speedway, just clarifying. Yes, Fairgrounds. And then, you know what's after Nashville? The last great Coliseum, Bristol. For all 4 series. Hashtag it's Bristol, baby. Oh, wait, it gets better. The following week, we go to Dover for all 3 series for Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's. Reese's go to Pocono. Then, Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings go to Michigan. Reese's is going to a track they haven't been to in a very long time. Oh, wait. No, well, Michigan's later in the season for Foster's. Oh, you're not on the deal, because I put the schedule all on the, Okay. Reese's go road course racing. They're going to the Calgary Speed Park up in Alberta. Where, here's the cool thing. The front straightaway will have a plexiglass-looking dome, and then they go underneath the hotel, going in the 3. That will be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's Reese's Pro. We're going to Hodgenheim in Calgary. No, Auto Club's later in the season, Orman. Well, Calgary was already on the calendar, but we'll talk about that later on. Then the rest of the schedule, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 races will all be Reese's Pro. Starting at Texas, fun little 1.5-mile track. Homestead for Reese's Pro. Then they go to Atlanta. And then we're going to the only track in Asia. Yes, Twin Ring Motegi, which I hope to God my car does not impale the wall like it did last year. Where I got turned and and then my anime car got destroyed. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. And who remembers Brendan Rodgers winning the inaugural race in Japan? And of course, that race is like Darlington, so. Then we go to Kentucky for Reese's. Darlington, which by the way, unfortunately, I'm not going to do Throwback Weekend for Darlington, but we may do it next year. Daytona for their 400-mile race. Then they go back to Colorado, but this time they go to Denver Motorsports Park. A brand new NR track that debuted. Then Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings will go to Iowa Speedway with Reese's. And then we go to 4 different racetracks. Or 3 different racetracks, I'm sorry. Texas for Trucks and Foster's. Buffalo Wild Wings will be at Nashville Super Speedway. Yes, Super Speedway. There, I clarified. Reese's will be at Gateway. And then Road America for Reese's Pro, Indianapolis, or excuse me, for Buffalo Wild Wings, Indianapolis for Reese's Pro. I got the 2 mixed up. Sorry about that. And then Reese's have their regular season finale at Las Vegas, so they get 2 Vegas races. Same with Foster's. Here comes the fun part. This is going to be the fun part, folks. Wait till you hear about this playoff schedule. This will say, you'll probably say to your sentence, excuse me? So, the round of 20, yes, there's 20 drivers. We'll talk about the playoffs in just a second. The round of 20 will be these races. The playoff opener at Phoenix. Race 2 will be at the Los Angeles' Maxwell Center. And then for the regular season finale, we'll have Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's. For Reese's, their first elimination race, where we eliminate 4 drivers. Yeah. Talk about a big curveball you didn't see coming, folks. The playoffs begin for Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's. They go to Darlington. Race 2 of round 1 for Foster's go to Pepsi Superdome, which is replacing Taylor Swift. First race of the second round for Reese's. Buffalo Wild Wings, they go to Indianapolis for the second race of the first round. It will be the first elimination race for Foster's. For Trucks, they will go to Vermont, which is Cody's home state, for their first elimination race. It will be race 2 of round 2 at Hillside for the Reese's Pro. Race 1 of round 2 for Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's at Charlotte. Then the following week, it'll be just Reese's Pro only for their second elimination race of the event. Dover will be the second race of the second round for Foster's. It'll be race 1 of round 3 for Reese's. For Richmond, it will be race 1 of round 2 for Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings. It will be the second elimination race for the Foster Series. It will be race 2 of round 3 at Pocono. Wait, do I have Pocono on there 3 times? Hang on a second. For Reese's? No, I don't. Okay. No, I don't. No, I don't. Then we have race 1 of round number 3 at Michigan, just for Foster's. And then we have all of them at the second race of the third round, or of their respective rounds. Second race for round 2 for Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings. Second race in round 3 for Foster's. It will be the third elimination race for Reese's for them. And then it will be Elimination Day excluding Reese's at Talladega, because they have their penultimate schedule. Because they go to Argentina for the second race of the penultimate round. Their final elimination race will be at Brazil, which is a road course. And then we end the season in Toronto. So what do you guys' thoughts on the schedule for Reese's? And also Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Foster's. Alright, Zachary Taylor. How crazy is it, Reese's Pro, you know... Oh no, I got no comment in the chat, but anyway. I think, you know... Okay. I don't think a lot of people are surprised. I think they're all surprised there's a lot of races for Reese's Pro, but it's going to be fun. You know, some tracks that are kind of unknown. Some super speedway races that really could shake up who's going to move on and who's not. Because for the playoffs, and we'll talk about this, and I'll get Orman's thoughts on it in just a second. What happened? Oh, dear heavens. Not except if you try to roast me, Taylor. Anyway. Let me think here. You know, it's going to be interesting how it's going to go. You know what I mean? I mean, should be fun, so. Let's see. It's really going to be fun. Also, I need to mention, for Buffalo Wild Wings and Trucks, we're going to have a non-charter race before the main event. I would like to remind you that, okay? Because before we get to the main event, we have to determine the 6 drivers in Trucks and the 7 drivers in Buffalo Wild Wings who will make it into the main event. Which they will still get points, so. Should be interesting. Anyway, so, should be good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and preview Daytona, and I'll preview the Daytona weekend, because like I said, Autodrome Chaudière has been rescheduled to sometime in the calendar, but of course, like I said before, that race got postponed because of the situation, so So let's talk about Daytona, since this is our first race of the season. Of course, you know we got the Rookie Bash for Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, Foster's. I don't know if I'm going to do a Rookie Bash or not, but if not, it'll be just Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Reese's Pro. And then, of course, Reese's Pro, the Advanced Auto Parts Clash. Then we got Daytona 500 qualifying for Foster's and Reese's Pro. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So, what do you guys think we're going to see at Daytona for all four series now that they have arrived and unloaded? I'll start with Orman. Yep. What about you, Taylor?
Well, just knowing the type of racing that happens at Daytona, it is going to be probably a very crazy way to start the season. Because anything can happen at Daytona, so who knows really what we're going to see. Other than the big wreck that's probably going to happen. So Daytona's always crazy, so expect the unexpected.
Alright, what about you, Cody?
Oh, man. Okay, it's too bad we had to delay the exhibition race.
It's time for a flip at Daytona, says Great Lakes.
Anyway, but yeah, it's unfortunate they had to postpone the Auto Air event. But I believe there were over 100 entries, I believe. And it's something that we wouldn't have been able to do due to COVID-19 anyway. So probably a wise choice to reschedule that event. But Daytona, I mean, it's plate racing, and it depends on the aero program you got out deciding a entire race, basically speaking. Trust me, I watch a lot of Aero 2003 races at Daytona. I know how this goes. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say. Maybe expect some big wrecks, maybe expect some tight racing, and maybe expect
Wait.
a tight finish. I mean,
Wait, I want to say, yeah, definitely, if you know what I mean. By the way, I want to say this to Taylor. Are you going to go give Elijah a milkshake fully clothed and Elijah has a milkshake with you while he's also fully clothed? Hey, it's a compliment. I have to do something for Elijah fully clothed. What did you do, Orman? Oh, I forgot to do this last night. No, it's a compliment. Taylor, look at the regular roasting chat. See? And if I should do this for Cody, and I'm not going to dirt. There. Yes, Dad blasted. What's that, Taylor? Okay, that's going in the quotes chat. Yes, Dad blasted. Zachary Taylor, 2020. That's going in the quotes chat. You know, another thing, Cody, I want to mention what you mentioned about Daytona. Let's hope we don't have another repeat of last season where all but 5 drivers, I mean, we had 5 drivers finish the 500. Everybody else finished out of the race. Yeah. Figures, Elijah. He's having a double cheeseburger with fries and he's not sharing. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, we had like 6 or 7 yellows, and they went green to the end of the race, which says to me we could end up seeing strategy, and it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. So let's go over the keys of the race of Daytona. This is like my good keys of the race. This is how Daytona is going to be. This is a big key. We had this happen last season. Try to not lock up the tires. We saw what happened to Josephine Bouvier, where she got ran over by another driver because they were checking up to the pits. We might see that happen in a race, if you know what I mean. Be careful of the yellow line. The yellow line means you can't go below that line to advance your position unless you're forced down there. So we'll have to see how these drivers do in the Reese's Pro Series race. You know, another thing we always talk about on the weekly show that we always will talk about in the PCSRA, which we brought this up a second ago, the dreaded consequence of pack racing could end up being the dreaded big one that we always talk about on plate tracks. Yeah, which, let's all agree, the plate racing is something we have to keep an eye on, because, you know, when you're 3 and 4 wide never a good idea at Daytona, but we've seen it before. When drivers go 3 and 4 wide, we could end up seeing the big one happen. Okay, what were you gonna say? Oh no. Yeah, he keeps saying the B word because he's getting himself disqualified, and all of us are just making sure David is not clothed in the chat, not accept if David does anything to me. That's just my famous pun, but you get the point. Anyway. So, gonna be fun, should be exciting, so. Alright. Anything you guys want to talk about Daytona before we get to our final thoughts and a preview of next week's show? Okay, or is your final thought, Orman? Okay, I'll write that out. Or that should be a dirt for David. The rumors are true. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord, what did I get myself into in this situation? But anyway. Okay, that is accepting Great Lakes.
testing at Shanghai and Suzuka Circuit. For Australia, they'll be testing at Melbourne and Bathurst, I caught myself. And for Africa, they'll be teaming up with Europe. For any African teams out there, which I don't think we have a lot, if anything, there are rumors going around of an African team that are going to be running Mercedes, but I can be very, very wrong about that. But again, regional testing will be 2 given weekends in February. Those weekends to be announced.
Yep.
Now, for the final 2 test weekends, which will be in March, they'll be going to Barcelona in Spain and Paul Richard in France to prepare for the races that we have ahead as we go to Acro. So the schedule will go like this. Keep and note, the racing doesn't start till April 11th is the first race of the schedule. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to start off at Brands Hatch in the UK on the 11th of April. After that, we'll be going to the historic Monza in Italy. Next weekend, after that, we'll be going to Zona in the Netherlands. And then this is where the schedule starts to get a little bit interesting with the next handful of tracks we have on our schedule. Series Racing Circuit in Greece, we'll be going to at the first weekend of May. Be going to Ukraine at the next weekend, then Finland on the 16th, and right around the May holiday. Right around the May holiday. I am not going to say, otherwise Taylor's going to try to put me in the board. We'll be going to Moscow. And then I believe we have a week off to observe that May holiday before we head over to the other side of Europe in Portugal on the 6th of June. After that, we go east again and start our new Scandinavia with Sweden on the 13th and Denmark around the first day of summer. Then on the 27th, we have the Eurospeed Speedway that I believe was previously mentioned. On the 27th, before we take a week off to observe the July holiday that I'm not going to mention, otherwise Taylor's going to try to put me in the birthday. So we can go to Estonia on the 11th. And then the next week after that, we go to our second event in Russia at Sochi. Now, this is the first 13 races before we take the next weekend off. At the 1st of August, we'll be going to Silverstone, and that follows with Madrid, Belgium. Then we take 1 weekend off to prepare for one of the last legs of the season. We'll first go to Austria at Red Bull Circuit at the end of August. Then we'll go to Hungaroring, unfortunately around the September holiday. And then Circuit de Paris, which is something we mentioned about. Then the last 2 races going into October are going to be big ones. Race 21, we go to Mugello in Italy at the start of October. Then to wrap it all up, we go to the historical racetrack that's hosted so many endurance races. And for us, it will be a double points paid event in the final race. And it happens right on my birthday, believe it or not. And that will be the end of the schedule. And by then, we will have a champion. So that is the entire schedule for
Yep.
that. Let me see. Where did the music go? Oh, yeah, this should be mentioned. So, manufacturers, I know you talked about that on top of the show. For us, we
David is fined $4 million for roasting Sean. Good boy, Sean. We taught you better.
So, for the manufacturers that will be entering to the European Tour Championship, we have the Ford Mustang GT that signed for 2 seasons. The Chevy Corvette CAR, which is signed for 3 seasons. The Nissan GTR will be doing it for at least 2 seasons. And the Mercedes
Yeah, that would be so much fun, so. Oh, dang. I think Sean, Art, Elijah, and all of us in this VC have teamed up together to make sure David gets so many fines and so many jail time for David Heller. Alright, so. Yeah. So, this Saturday, by the way, during, I think it will be during the talk show. Yeah, because talk show's at 7:30 Eastern. We'll be live with the Truck Series, Buffalo Wild Wings Series, Reese's Pro Rookie Bash. Should be a lot of fun. Because Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings, the winner gets bragging rights and like awesome cash and all that. For Reese's, it's the winner. The winner of the Rookie Bash will advance to the Advanced Auto Parts Clash to join the drivers who made it into the playoffs, also who got wins from last season, so that will be a lot of fun. Should be exciting. Green flag time for when I start that stream is currently TBA, but whenever we go live, PCSRA Dolphins haven't been playing lately, Cody. So, whenever I let you all know a time, we'll be on the air with 2 hours prior to, or no, we'll be on the air 1 hour prior to the green flag with Countdown to Green and Countdown to Green presented by Golden Corral. Because we have, of course, PCSRA Race Day brought to you by Vizio on our sister station, News Radio 1000 KTOK. So that should be a lot of fun. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. So it should be exciting. A rookie will win the Mountain Dew Voltage 500 in the first race. Well, that would be fun if somebody came up with that. So, yeah. Alright, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us for the first episode of Inside PCSRA. If you guys liked it, like, favorite, subscribe. Thank you to the amazing panelists for joining me, which is Nathan Orman, Zachary Taylor, Cody Smart. Of course, we'll have Kyle Langland, hopefully, at some point in the show and all that. And Daniel Anderson running our show here in our PCSRA studio. So, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll do it again next week, my friends. And as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody. From Cody, from Taylor, from Ormy and I, it's goodbye and see you next week. So long for now.